What if money isn't actually the source of power? Welcome back to the finale of our Explainer series. We left off in part 2 realizing that presidents and billionaires don't actually pull the strings of the global economy. But today? Today we're going down to the absolute bottom layer to uncover the ultimate operating system of civilization.
You know, we always just naturally assume that billionaires, heads of state, and these massive trade networks run the world. And hey, it makes sense, right? It's what we can see. It's tangible. But what if money itself relies on something even deeper?
I'm talking about an invisible asset, something that no government on Earth can manufacture overnight, and absolutely no central bank can just print into existence.
Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, checking your phone, and realizing that every single government on Earth has just vanished. Every parliament is completely empty, every military command center totally silent. So what happens next? Would the world literally just stop spinning? Would everything descend into absolute chaos? Or would you start to notice that a much bigger, completely invisible machine simply kept humming along in the background without them? Well, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're actually looking behind the curtain to figure out who really pulls the strings. The world isn't really a collection of countries anymore. It's actually a collection of massive, interlocking systems that are just pretending to be countries. The politician doesn't dictate terms to the market dictates terms to the politician. $100 trillion. According to the IMF's Fiscal Monitor report, global public debt has just blown right past a staggering $100 trillion. Just try to wrap your head around that for a second. No matter who sits in the Oval Office, no matter which party is in control of a parliament, they are all drowning in an ocean of debt that they absolutely cannot just legislate away. As the World Bank points out, increases in debt to GDP ratios generate progressively larger rises in interest rates. Let's translate that. By 2029, global debt is projected to hit 100% of global GDP. That means sovereign bond markets entirely dictate what a world leader can or cannot do. Imagine a strategic choke point, like the Strait of Hormuz, just closes. Watch the dominoes fall. Ships stop dead in the water. Factories go dark. Inflation absolutely surges. And governments instantly lose control of their economies. I mean, does a prime minister really hold power if a delayed cargo ship can empty their country's grocery store shelves in a matter of days? It's wild, right? And this perfectly illustrates something MSCI research recently exposed, which they called the fertilizer fault line. They tracked how a disruption in just one single shipping route sent shockwaves through global fertilizer markets. Quietly, from the shadows, that one route was basically dictating global food security. Here's the crucial takeaway. Politicians give orders on a map, but the physical, real-world movement of shipping containers and raw commodities, that is what quietly governs whether those nations actually survive. Supply chain reality will always outvote a political border.
The most valuable asset on Earth. Okay, let's look at the very foundation of human civilization, which is simply trust. Think about a $100 bill, or a digital ping on your phone's banking app, or even a signature on a massive corporate contract. None of these have any intrinsic physical power. Green paper can't shelter you, and a digital pixel definitely can't feed you. They only work because we trust them.
The exact second that collective trust evaporates, all of those powerful financial tools instantly become completely meaningless. You could have the biggest bank vault in the world, but if the people operating the system stop believing in it, that power just vanishes into thin air.
Your sleek, colorful consumer banking app? It's kind of just an illusion. It is a shiny little interface sitting on top of a massive hidden layer of central bank reserves and unified cross-border ledgers. When you check your balance, you're interacting with the very surface of a deep, dark financial ocean. Without this plumbing functioning flawlessly every single second of every single day, the global economy simply collapses. Section 4. The power of incentives. The world isn't run by presidential executive orders. It's run by mathematical incentives. Systems outlive the powerful. The faces change, the machine survives. The U.S. Federal Reserve System has been operating since 1913. Think about that. It has weathered world wars, Great Depressions, and global pandemics. The underlying architecture of money and prime ministers get voted out. Famous billionaires go bankrupt. But the algorithmic flow of cross-border capital and the massive institutions that manage it, they remain completely untouched.
If shared belief is the true currency of power, we have to ask, what's actually programming that belief? Well, the global economy has totally shifted. It used to be that whoever controlled the oil, the land, and the factories ruled the world. But today, the new economy trades in data, narratives, and attention. Control over information is the ultimate leverage.
Check out this wild behavioral data from the World Bank. Defaults on microfinance loans actually drop 3 times lower when borrowers meet face-to-face weekly instead of monthly. 3 times! It completely proves that human connection and localized information directly rewrite real economic outcomes. Information isn't just the news you watch, it's the absolute engine of reality.
Which brings us to a massive question. If information directs human behavior, and human behavior directs the markets, who is actually controlling the flow of that information? Who is shaping your perception right now?
We've entered an era where your daily focus is literally mined like a precious metal. Social platforms, streaming media, news networks, AI algorithms, they are all locked in a fierce, multi-trillion-dollar battle for your screen time. They have essentially transformed your psychological focus into the world's most heavily mined raw material.
When you control what people focus on, you completely control what they care about, what they buy, and ultimately, what they believe.
Who really controls the world? It's not a shadowy cabal, it's not one government, and it's not a single billionaire. The world is an emergent operating system. It's driven by trust, powered by human incentives, directed by information, and maintained entirely by our collective belief.
No single person controls the machine, but millions of us unknowingly help operate it every single day.